G'day folks, Loki here. Today I want to cover everything you need to know about the Derelict freighters. Now this comes as a part of the 2.6 update Desolation for the game, and you know we've got a whole lot of goodies that have come out of it, but for this video I'm going to focus entirely on the Derelict freighters and the missions around that. Now the first thing you're going to notice is that there's a new vendor in the space stations. This one's called Enforcer Cal. They'll often be called Scrap Dealer, and they're your main source. They're your point of call for getting access to these Derelict freighter missions. Now what you want to buy from him is what's called an emergency broadcast receiver. You can get one free emergency broadcast receiver from Helios at the Anomaly once per week. Otherwise, you've got to rely on these guys, these scrap dealers who are at the various space stations. Now, the first one, as you can see here, it's going to cost me 30 million units. The first one will cost 5 million. The second will cost 10 million. The third is 20 million, and when you buy your fourth and any more, after that, so from the fourth one onwards, it maxes out at 30 million each. So it is a bit of an outlay, and in some of the, I've done a number of different runs through these derelicts, and even at the lower end of the scale, at 5 million, it can be difficult to break even on it. So this is something, definitely not doing it for, farming purposes. It's really, just the bonus of doing something different. So, that's my opinion of it. Now, there will be one Derelict freighter in every star system. You can, if you want, just keep doing the same one over and over again if that's what floats your boat. But if you want to see the variety of stories that are told through these freighters, and the different loot you can get, you need to go to different star systems to achieve that. So what we're going to do now, we've bought our emergency broadcast receiver. That goes into your exosuit inventory, and what you do here is of course this is for PC, I only play on PC. So you tune the signal, and then it tells you that you must activate the pulse drive to begin the tuning process. So let's head out into space. And there's nothing in our way, so we'll just, get those pulse engines going. And it's tuning, searching, found one. So we exit, stop down the pulse drive, and here's our Derelict freighter. And let's go and see what we can find. Come on. Activate the landing. Ooh, slow down. What's your hurry, Loki? There we go. Alright, now, each of the freighters tend to sort of play out the same way. There are 4 key things, and it'll show up once I get in here, and it will show you what your goals are. And the goals are to map every zone in the freighter, to collect the crew manifest, the captain's log, and then to access the engineering core. Now the first thing you'll see is that there is a short range teleporter here on the right. It's inactive at the moment, and it says, it tells you that network reactivation is required. And we'll see that as we move further into the ship. All through the freighter, you're going to see these little things floating around. They will either be oxygen or sodium, and you can, I mean, depending on how you've got your exosuit set up, you're not going to need to sort of top up things often, but, you know, they're free, they're floating around, you might as well take them. The heating units are important because once you get into the ship, there's no environmental controls, your jetpack is disabled, and it's an extreme cold, so you will start feeling the effects of that, but the heating units are all over the place, and so you can generally make it to one of those. Now, because of the poor ratio of loot as to the outlay you make to do this, you want to make sure you pick up everything. Alright, so we're at the start of this one, and we go to the docking bay door control, get into that, and this is going to get us cracking into the freighter. Okay, so severe incident, total lockdown, access denied. External access doors have been automatically sealed. Override it. Unseal door for one active receiver, and that's the broadcast receiver that you bought in the first place. It's now active, and you use that to enter the freighter. You get all those lovely warning errors of everything that's going wrong here, and you just have to sort of stand here patiently, waiting for it to do its thing and allow you access into the next section. There's going to be some steam come out, yep. Alright, and we're into the first section. Now you'll see down in the bottom right how it's got zones mapped. You can use the analysis visor to find different things. Okay, so the two icons that you're going to see, let's see if we can find some, is the heating unit, and it'll show you doorways. Once those doorways are open, they will then show, if you scan them again with the analysis visor, they will show that they are opened. Now, each of the different scenarios, as I said, I've done about a dozen of these, and you know, the layout's usually fairly similar, but you know, if you turn around twice too quickly, it's quite easy to you know, make yourself a little bit disoriented. But we want to take it slow, and we want to make sure that we pick up everything as we go along. Now, these unstable canisters, I have encountered these on every ship, every derelict that I've done, they're there. I have yet to see them, you know, produce anything other than a underwhelming explosion. Typically, you're going to see two different color, you know, primarily two different colored boxes throughout the freighter. If it's blue, it's probably got something in it that you want. Okay, so, and you really do want to open as many of these as you can. You know, try not to miss too many, because like I said, you know, this is, you're doing it for fun, not profit, and so like anything you can grab out of it, you really want to do. Okay, we've got nothing else there. Now, although you can see, use the analysis visor, I tend not to, because once you get like a bit deeper into the freighter, you're just seeing, you know, icons everywhere, and personally I found that to be disorientating. I preferred to sort of track my progress, you know, with, you know, heating units that were turned on. Well, then I knew I'd been in that area. And there's a couple of other things that we'll come across soon that will also help you to sort of keep track of where you are and where you've been. Right, so it seems to me you have to be quite close to some of these to get them to trigger, you know, letting you have a peek inside. Did I open that one? No, I didn't. Alright. It does give you plenty of ammo, which is great, because in certain scenarios you will use a lot of ammo, so it's good to stock up on that. So like you can see, I'm just, you know, taking my time, going step by step, making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, now these log snippets, you're going to find these all through the Derelict. The first one you open, or it could be the third, will give you something that you need called security credentials. And you need those to be able to ultimately access the captain's log. So these are kind of all scattered throughout the place. And that one just gave me nanites. I haven't got the security credentials, so you do need to be on the lookout for those. Now, these little neon green flying fungi, I have yet to suffer. Oh, what am I doing? Trying to shoot the box open. I have yet to suffer an attack from them, but they do tend to just kind of creep up on you rather quickly and quietly. So if you're not, paying attention, they can be on top of you rather quickly. So, as I said, I've yet to suffer an attack, but that's because, I've been trying to stay quite alert when I'm exploring these derelicts. Come on, get in there. Is what I mean about, like, some of them just need to be really close. It doesn't want to sort of activate. I've no doubt, there's probably a few bugs in the system since it's just been released. Thermal protection. Yes, it's always running out in these things. Alright, I'm not going to go there just yet. I'm going to do, I know there's a door there now. I'm just going to continue to do the rest of the room. I try not to open doors, and again, this is just how I do it. Like, you can play any way you want. I tend to not open doors until I'm ready to go through them. That way, it just serves as a means of not confusing myself as to where I've been or where I'm yet to explore. So that's just me. Like, that's just, how I do things, and you're more than welcome to. If that works for you, fine, and if it doesn't, do it your own way. Alright, we're at the records terminal, and this is where we'll get the crew manifest from, which is one of our 4 main goals for the Derelict. So we access the crew manifest, and it takes us through the details of the last bioscan. It's all very boring and tedious. It's just, a bit of a click fest. It was interesting to read the first time, and then after that, I'm pretty much over it now. Alright, so scanning for biological traces. They're all dead, so there's nothing to find. Go. And then we get the crew positions, and again, this is tied into getting security credentials, which you'll need to access the captain's log, so that it tells you who the officers were and whatnot. So, but look, if you just open each of those log snippets as you find them, you can't really go wrong. Alright, so we've got the crew manifest now. Got some more boxes to open here. And here we go, we've got another log snippet. And now we have our security credentials, so we're all set for when we do reach the terminal to try and access the captain's logs. Okay, looks like there's some boxes up here we haven't opened. Oh, no, maybe we have. Alright, yep, I've turned the heater on, so yes, I've done it. Okay, so let's... Oh, I missed these. No, I didn't. I got them too. Right, I've been extremely thorough in here, but I just can't remember where I've been. That is sounding about right for me. Alright, so we'll continue around the corner here and go through this next door. And see what this freight has got in store for us here. Alright, we've got more neon blobs. And we make short work of those. Shoot the canister just because we can. Heating unit. See what I mean about those things? They just kind of, they don't attack you, they just kind of sneak up, and yeah, I don't know about you guys, I'm just not prepared to, I don't want to find out what they can do to me. I'd rather just kill them dead in their tracks. But that's just me. Alright. Scavenge. Scavenge. Alright. More. Okay, if you're having a hard time, well, Sentimental's right on top of me. You gotta watch out for those buggers. If you're having trouble keeping up with where I am, oh god, what a moron. Just keep trying to shoot these boxes open. You know, it is easier. The first couple of ones I did, it was a little bit confusing because, you know, stuff only lights up within a certain range of your exosuit's torch. And, you know, for the most part, the layout's fairly simple to follow, but, yeah, it can, at times it can be a little bit disorienting. I don't know how people would go, whether it would be easier doing this in first person, or not. But that's why I like using the, you know, the heating units kind of markers as to where I've been. And you'll also see, I'll show you once I finish reading this log snippet. If you try to go back to it, it'll tell you data previously recorded. So if you come across them and you're like, oh yeah, I've already been here. I've done that bit. So there's, you know, little odds and sods around the way that, you know, can help you to keep track of where you are. A mini-map would be nice, but in the absence of a mini-map, you know, you use what you've got. So you use some sort of, you know, built-in markers for yourself. Alright, come on, let's get this one open. Okay. Moving right along. Damage that. Okay. More boxes. I think we're ready to go into the next section. More floating fungi. Alright, the secondary cargo bay. Let's get some heat. Stand here and get warmed up. Keep going around and just scavenging and keeping a lookout. This is, I must say, one of the smaller derelicts I've done. It only has 8 areas to map. Most of the others have been 12 areas or 12 zones. So yeah, this one's just that little bit smaller than the others, it seems. Which is not a bad thing. I mean, you know, it's all part of the fun. Is, you know, what am I going to find inside this one? Oh, we got more log snippets. Don't really need, like, once you've got your security credentials, you don't really need to keep reading these, but I just kind of can't help myself. If I see something and there's an interaction with it, I will interact. Alright, we must be just about halfway now. Oh, a bit over halfway. Alright, so the living... This is the crew quarters, or the living area. I've got another log snippet. I will restrain myself from continuing to open all of those, just for the sake of expediency. Okay, let's get, yep, more boxes. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of those, you know, these little capsules. It seems to be a bit sort of random as to how many appear when and where throughout the freighter. Alright, we've got a passageway there. I'm going to guess that that's a ladder. Yep, alright, so let's do the rest of this room. and scavenge what we can. Because, I mean, what we're hoping to get through opening all these boxes is some, you know, some upgrades and things that we can use on our freighter, which I'll be going over those in a different video. This one is just specific for the Derelicts. But I've got more coming on, you know, what else has been updated and changes. So, more lockers. Whoops. I tried to jump in the closet then, it looked like. Scavenge that. That's where we came in. Alright. I can't tell if I opened that one or not. I didn't. Alright, so we've got that. Alright. So we've done our thing in here. Not yet. Alright. So there's... Okay, this door over here will just be a storage area, is my guess from what I've seen of going through other Derelicts. Yep, just storage. But we like storage because it's, you know, it's stuff we can scavenge from. So, you know, storage cabinets, storage areas are good. Lots of things for us to rummage through. Alright. And we'll reactivate that teleport terminal. If we wanted to, we could just jump in there and go straight back to the emergency airlock, but we're not going to do that yet because we want to get through the rest of this. So now we're at the main mainframe, and this contains the captain's log. And it tells you, there's been a severe incident. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Alright, override available, indicate captain's fate to begin. I always choose deceased, because it's pretty obvious he's dead. And I just choose that every time now. So you might want to try different responses there. Me, I like things that'll get, that'll just keep moving it along quickly. Alright, so he's been recorded as extinguished. And this is where your security credentials come in. We're going to go in as the AI officer. Whoops. Credentials accepted. Temporary commander. Bloody bloody blah. Read the captain's log. Now, if you want to sit here reading all of this, knock yourself out. I read the captain's log of like the first couple of ones of these that I did, and they go on long enough. Like you can see, I'm sitting here just, clicking away. The novelty wore off from that pretty quickly. Alright, so we've cleared this area. We're going to go down this, dark and dreary, it's not looking real inviting, but, we're adventurous and brave, and we want to get out. I mean, really, I think it just comes down to the fact that we're greedy and we want to loot it. Nothing noble about our motives whatsoever. Okay. More green blobs. Okay. Should be two of them there. Yeah, thought so. Alright. Turn the heater on so we know we've been here. Just push that out of the way. Don't need that blog snippet. Shoot these guys. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, now we've got a door there. And what have we got down here? Let's see. Oh, big load of nothing. Alright, so this door it is. Let's just put us into, this will be the last zone. And, you know, I'm gonna forgo opening all of these just for the sake of expediency. Kill him. Reactivate the teleport terminal. And this is where we get to pick our goodies. Okay, so you can fabricate a technology upgrade and it'll be, it's a bit random, but you've got a good chance of it being something to use on your freighter. You can extract nanites, which, you know, if you need nanites, extract them. Or you can fabricate a freighter bulkhead, which is what you need to expand inventory space on your freighter. So we're going to grab one of those, because who doesn't like free stuff? Alright, so rare item found. We've got our cargo bulkhead, and we can use that on our freighter. And it tells us all significant salvage retrieved. Use the teleport network to exit quickly. So we jump in here, and it takes us back to the emergency airlock, and we're done. There you go. We've done our first derelict freighter together. So let's go head back to my ship, and then we can get. We've got some extra goodies to get if we go back to the space station. Now, where is it? I think we approach from that direction. So let's just kind of go this way. There we go. It's showing up now. Because you have to activate pulse drive, generally it'll sort of take you just far away enough that the space station doesn't just sort of automatically appear on your HUD when you exit the derelict. So once we get back to the space station, we've got a couple of choices to make, because from out of that we retain the crew manifest and the captain's log, and they are tradable items. Okay, touchdown, perfect landing every time. Okay, now you can go back over here to the scrap dealer and hand these items in for nanites. Look, I've gone through both options, and I haven't even seen like 1,000 nanites for the two of them. But, you know, look, if you're really hard pressed for nanites, you may want to hand them back into the scrap dealer. Alternatively, you can come over to the other side of the space station and come and see this guy, the envoy. And with him, you can trade the crew manifest and the captain's log, and it will give you increased standing with, you know, whoever the dominant species is in that system. So there you have it, folks. That's how you do freighter missions, the derelict freighters. As I said, you know, like doing it multiple times, and that, you know, it's capped at 30 million, but it's a lot of units for what you get out of it, in my opinion. But hey, look, I'm having fun doing them, and I don't really care what it costs, because it's something a bit different. So that's all we have. That's all I have for you today. You know, let me know in the comments, was it helpful? Was there something you didn't quite get? But, you know, thanks for watching. Stay slinky, and see you in the next one.